Good afternoon. Well, I've got some exciting news. We got a ceiling fan put in yesterday. No, I know you're thinking, oh, big deal. But we we had very little when our children were here. They've all left home, and so now we actually have these mod cons. No, it's not because they've left home. It's because now the technology with LED lights and the fan is actually a 12-volt fan with its own little inverter, which means for those who don't know, it changes the 12 into 240 so you can run it off our house inverter because we're battery operated here. I was just in the shower the other day and going, we've come so far. Back when the children were small, I used to boil up water on top of a little gas burner with a gas bottle and had a 44-gallon drum, not a 44, a 20-litre drum, 5-gallon drum, and boil up water and then bucket that into a bathtub and bucket water into the bathtub. And then after that it was we had a tank with a tank stand, and we were living in the shell of our house, of our current house. And I set it up so I had a gas burner with a little stand and then the 5-gallon drum or 20-litre drum on top of that, and ran a tube from the tap of the 20-litre drum down and up through the floor where the water would eventually be piped in like a normal house, and up into the bathtub in the bathroom. So I could actually turn on a tap if I first climbed up a ladder and turned on the gas and filled up the water with buckets in the 20-litre drum. After it had boiled, I could then turn on the tap in the bathroom and get hot water in the bath, and the cold was already hooked up. So yes, getting a ceiling fan is rather amazing. I rang my daughter, my eldest daughter, and said, "Oh, we got the ceiling fan in today," and she said, "Oh, who would ever have thought that you would have something like a ceiling fan one day?" Well, yes, it is a bit like that. Back in the old days, the inverters, the thing that changed the 12 volt from the batteries, um, weren't very effective. They wouldn't charge computers, and they wouldn't operate ceiling fans, 240-volt ceiling fans, and they wouldn't recharge batteries, and there was a lot of things they wouldn't do. But nowadays, the wonderful Asian countries have created sine wave inverters, and they're so inexpensive that even we can afford them, which is wonderful. So not only have we got a ceiling fan, last week I bought myself a battery operated little whippersnipper so I could clean up out the front, and a blower. I've been tempted to use the blower instead of a vacuum cleaner in the house. I actually did that on the back entry the other day. Blew the doormat out the door, but did very well with the little bits and pieces of grass that Collard walked in on his feet. So yes, all I've got to do is click in this little battery now, and I go out there and blow down all the pathways. When I couldn't use one because I could never start the pull start on those petrol motor ones. This, you just click a battery and away it goes. But I always said, oh, what's the point? You blow it away and it blows back with the next breeze, and so it did this morning. But easy enough. I can just go out there and do it again. Take me 5 minutes, and no pull starts or anything like that. So life is really full of exciting little innovations these days for us. We even have an exhaust fan in the shower, not in the shower, but in the ceiling of the room where the shower is housed. But we had to use a little ingenuity there because we didn't have enough power to run an ordinary exhaust fan. They're all, bells and whistles, well, lights and heaters and fans and everything all in one. So, it'd take 4 times our power system just to run the exhaust fan. So we were inventive once again, and we used a cabinet fan that is used for cooling off computer equipment. So you cut a hole in your cabinet and you put the little fan in, and it runs off 12 volt, which you would normally just plug into your computer or whatever, it goes through one of those USB things. But anyway, we decided we would use that. So we figured out how it would be connected to the light switch. So every time you turn the 12 volt light on, the 12 volt fan would come on, and it would suck any sort of, misty stuff just up into the ceiling. So it didn't affect any the roof, etc., in the bathroom, or indeed the inverter, which is also housed alongside there. Anyway, I said, oh, the only thing is we're going to have to reverse the fan because we want to suck, not blow. I assumed, it must blow to cool down the electronics inside the cabinet. So we fiddled about and cut it up and all that, and installed it and turned it on, and I'll be buggered, it blew. So we had to pull it back out again and then invent some other way of mounting it because we'd cut off all the outside so we could reverse it. Anyway, we now have a fan that sucks, not blows, adjacent to the shower. So in winter you can have all the windows shut and it doesn't all steam up and grow mould on the ceiling. So when I say we have a ceiling fan, I mean I'm really very easily impressed, as you can see. So anyway, that's a little bit of our history. But yes, so the days of boiling up water and having to sweep the carpet are well and truly gone. And I don't think I'm going to miss them at all. All right, see you next time.